Okay, so the first card you have for your past is the Queen of Cups. Yeah, very emotional card, and you've got the Five of Cups down there as well, and there are a lot of cups in this reading, so it's probably going to be quite an emotional reading. I have to say that right away, just so you know. Okay, this is a little bit strange already. I hope this makes sense. I'm definitely getting a feeling of missing someone, but it's more than that. It's kind of like I missed what I had and I'm a bit lost. It's like that. It's like I missed what I had with someone. They're not who I thought they were. I'm really lost. I'm really mixed. All my emotions are all messed up. I'm all mixed up. Lots and lots of confusion here. It feels like sudden confusion, actually. I'm getting a sudden hit of confusion. I don't think this is you. I don't think this feeling's coming from you. It's not an ex either. That's what makes it so strange. It actually feels like someone around an ex. Yeah, there's a lot of hurt, a lot of anger, a lot of confusion. I know this is in the past, but I think maybe someone found something out, or they think they have, or they thought they had. I think someone's going to approach you, actually. I'm getting lots of questions. Someone wants to know something. They're very confused. They want to know the answers. I think they've either heard the wrong thing or someone's told them the wrong thing. And if this is someone around an ex, I think I know who this might be, their partner, because there's love here, there's emotion here, there's confusion here. It's not an ex, it's not you. I think it's someone linked to your ex, so I think it's their partner. So I don't know if it probably doesn't make sense to you, but if it does, if you think this is about you, if you know there's some confusion between an ex and their partner and you or something, or you know someone's been talking about you, your ex or something, just be prepared for some questions. Now, of course, you're not obliged to answer anyone at all, unless it's your boss or something, but they're not your boss, so you don't have to answer to them. But I'm not seeing any anger towards you. I don't think this person's going to call you or text you or whatever and be really angry. There is anger here, but it feels like it's more about the situation they're in. They're angry about the situation they're in. So I know this is going to sound strange, but I'm actually seeing a maze. So it feels as if they're in a maze and, they're looking for answers so they can navigate their way out of this maze, so they can find out where they actually are. And you're the answer to them. You're the answer. You have the answers that are going to get them out of this maze. That's what they think anyway. So there is a strange feeling around this because it is an ex. It's someone around their ex, and I think when they do contact you, and I think they probably will, it's going to feel very strange. Obviously, it's going to bring up a lot of things for you. But there's no pressure here. There's no attacks. No one wants to attack you. They just want to ask you questions. So that's what I'm seeing in that card. So I hope that doesn't upset you or anything. But that's what I'm seeing. So I have to say what I'm seeing. So, okay, so the next card you have, your past, the Moon. Yeah, you see, this is about emotional confusion and stress and all that kind of thing. Not sleeping, having problems, and whoever this is, they're definitely trying to find their way out of things like this lobster. They're trying to find clarity, but obviously it's not very easy for them. They can't find it. So if they contact you, I think you might actually have some sympathy for them, because I think they probably made you feel a bit like that when you were with them. And so you understand these feelings of being lost and bewildered and all of that. Just a warning, of course, if you want to listen, if you want to be kind to them, that's fine, obviously. But with this hurt that I'm getting coming from them, there's also a feeling of loyalty. They're investigating, but they're still loyal to their partner. They don't want to break up yet. They don't want anything of that to happen. They just want to kind of get the answers, but they still have a lot of love for them. They still have a lot of loyalty for them. So if you open up too much, if you tell them too much about your past or you or whatever, or what you think about this ex or anything like that, there's a risk they might go back and tell them things. So just watch out for that. That's a risk I'm seeing there. And I think they'll move on eventually, but obviously they're still not there yet, or they weren't at this time. Yeah, there might be children in this as well, so that might be another reason why they're not quite ready to move on yet. But the thing is, you know exactly what this ex is like. You've been there, done that. They haven't yet. They're in the middle of that. And, you can look back, you can see everything. I'm just looking at these watchtowers on this card. And of course, when you're up in a watchtower, you can see everything, and you can look back and you can see everything. So I think that's what this person's sensing from you, that you were with them in your past, and you know things they don't know maybe, and they want answers from you. Again, I just want to say there's no anger towards you. So I don't want you to stress around that. But be prepared for some messages or some kind of contact coming from someone near your ex. That's what I'm seeing in that card. Okay, so the last card you have, you pass the Five of Cups. Yeah, I don't want to keep on talking about this because, you've obviously moved on from this ex. But if this person's going to contact you, just think about how it might impact on you emotionally. Look at this poor man. He's got his head down. He's not happy. So, you don't have to talk to them if you don't want to. You might weigh everything up and decide it's not worth going through all that, because emotionally it's going to take a toll on you, some kind of toll, or it's going to mess you up a little bit. Not heavily, but it's going to kind of, throw things up in the air again for you. You're going to start thinking about all the memories and all that, and you might not want to go there. So think about your own emotional protection as well. And okay, I'm just seeing this. There are two big losses in love that have happened to you. Don't worry, I'm not seeing losses coming up. This is what's happened in the past, and I think this is over the last 2 years, actually, big losses in love. So I'm seeing two things, and then I'm seeing another loss coming out of that as well, a third one. I'm not sure what that is. Two love losses, and then there's another one that isn't a love loss, but it's another loss. I'm not going to pretend everything's been fine. It's been a real struggle for you, actually, over the last couple of years. And in a way, going through this struggle, it's almost heightened your senses, if that makes sense. Because if you look at this man, he's wearing this really dark cloak, and it's like he's absorbing everything around him. And it's almost too much for him to bear, actually. He's got his head down, and he doesn't want to face anyone. He can't absorb any more stress. And I don't think it's been that extreme for you. You have had some dark moments, I can see that. What I'm getting is your radar's been heightened by all those dark times. So if you meet anyone now, whether that's a potential love connection or a friend, all that's happened in your past, it's made your radar really, really strong, and you're able to pick up on anything that isn't right for you. So you can see it coming a mile away. If something's not right for you, if you've got a problem, if they've got a problem, or if you see a problem in them, I should say, it's like your radar is very, very, very sharp. It picks up on anything. So that's one good thing that's come out of that. And they look up to you. That's what I'm seeing. These two people look up to you. And it feels like maybe you haven't been able to see them or spend time with these two people as much as you would have liked to. You've really been missing them, actually. Just look at this card again, and I'll show you what I'm seeing. I'm going to lift it up a bit. I'm going to move it up so you can see everything on that card. So it's really beautiful, this thing I'm seeing on here. So there are two cups behind this man, and I'm seeing two people behind him. It's like two people are represented by these two cups, and they're golden cups. They're valuable. So obviously these people are very, very valuable, and something really special is happening here is what I'm seeing. They're going to reach up, these two people, they're going to reach up, tug on your cloak, and you're going to lift your head up, and you're going to turn around, and they're going to hug you. That's what I'm seeing happening. It's almost like it's animated. If you look at that card, you imagine that as an animation, and he's lifting his head up, he's turning around, and then he goes and hugs these two cops, and they're two people, and I think they're two children, actually. So just imagine that happening. Very, very good. That's what I'm seeing. And you haven't felt that for a while. You haven't felt a hug. You haven't felt an embrace from these two beautiful people. So That's what's going to lift your head up. The fact that these people are connecting again. And that's what's going to push you over this bridge, and it's going to push you into the new year. It's going to push you into your best new year. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing I'm seeing there. So I really, really hope that makes sense to you. And if it does make sense to you, I really hope that resonates and that's going to happen, because that's what I'm seeing happening. You miss these two people and they're going to come and embrace you. That's what I'm seeing. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, so the first card you have for your presence, the King of Cups. Yeah. Again, your radar is really, really, really strong. It's still really strong because I'm seeing love coming in for you, obviously if you're single, but they're not emotionally available. They're not emotionally available. There's one specific person here who wants to talk to you. I think they're trying. They're trying a lot. They're trying and trying, but you can tell right away when they're not available properly for you. They're available for some things, for a bit of fun or whatever, but nothing stable. And you've had relationships. I'm seeing one big one here that you had in your past. One of these two losses, I think, was this relationship that I was seeing in the Five of Cups. This is the big one. I think right up to the last minute with this person, you thought they were there with you. You thought they were alongside you, working alongside you, wanting what you wanted. They looked like that, they acted, they said all the right things, and they made you think, they're 100% with you, but it wasn't true. I think they're making plans behind your back, actually. They were making plans. It's like their brain was out of the relationship before their body was. That's what I think. It was all happening behind your back. Because if you look at this card, there's a ship and it's sailing out of this scene. It's on the right-hand side of this king. It's a red ship. And it's sailing out of the scene. It's sailing out behind this king's back. So they'd sailed out. They'd already sailed out mentally before they'd sailed out physically. And it was all happening behind your back. So, I don't want to go back to the past, but that's where you learn to strengthen your radar. That's where it comes from. It comes from this person who was acting all these ways, but what was happening in the background was very, very different. And I'm getting this very, very fierce sense of protection that you have around yourself because of that as well. And now I'm seeing these two other people joining that protection. These two other people I was seeing in the Five of Cups, absolutely beautiful. They're joining that. They're joining you, and you've got this protection around yourself. If you haven't reconnected with them yet, when you do, that fence of protection you have around yourself, it's going to protect them as well. You really, really love them. I'm seeing so much love here. Again, I'm seeing they might be children, because what I'm picturing here is, in my mind is, and I just want to share this with you as well, your arms are stretching out and they're turning into this fence of protection. It's almost like a big, beautiful hug. And it's protecting you and it's stretching out, and you're putting your arms around them and you're protecting them as well. Really, really strong. There's this really strong feeling all over this reading so far anyway of a platonic love, really beautiful, innocent love, really beautiful love and protection. Absolutely beautiful. And you've got the Six of Cups down there as well, which is a really beautiful, innocent energy, a platonic energy of love, and between a parent and a child or something like that. So again, I'm seeing that might be that as again. Okay, so the next card you have for your presence, the Hierophant. Yeah, look at these monks. Look at this again. These two monks at the bottom. So we've got the two people looking up to you. Again, maybe children, because they're shorter than him, they're looking up to him and they're learning from him. So that's what I'm seeing again in this card. Looking up to you, these two people looking up to you for guidance, help and protection. And you're definitely going to do what's right for them when they come in back to you again. That's what this Hierophant's about. Doing the right thing morally, because the Hierophant's all about, he can be a priest or a pope and he does the right thing morally. So that's what you're going to do, the right thing by them. And I'm just looking at these pillars as well. So what pillars represent sometimes, not all the time, polar opposites. So someone's on one side, someone's on the other side. So I think there might be some opposition to this, to you, to whatever you're doing with these two people, these children, I don't know. And you're doing the right thing. That's what this is telling me. You know that. But it feels like someone else thinks they know what's right. I don't know if this is family. It feels like family to me, so it might be. But there's someone who thinks they're right. And they're actually quite arrogant, actually. That's what I'm seeing. Because I'm getting this, I'm right. You know, they should bow down to what I say. They should do what I want. If I tell them to do something, they should do that. So it might be family, it might be an older family member, because the Hierophant's someone older, someone who should be wiser. So if this is resonating, if you know what this is all about, if you know who this is, firstly, just know this, you are doing the right thing. You absolutely are. And I know this is probably going to sound horrible, but I think they think they're smarter than you. They think they have one over you intelligence-wise, but they absolutely don't. You're smart in a lot of different ways to them. They might be smart, you know, they might have a lot of formal education, because sometimes the Hierophant is about that. It's about formal education. But you're smart in other ways. Now, if this person calls you and they try to tell you what to do, or they start sending you lots of texts or emails, because I'm seeing that happening, don't feel obliged to answer them right away, because I think that's what they're expecting. It's like, you know, they have this mindset of, I'm the authority. If I call them, they have to answer me right away, and they have to tell me, you know, they have to answer me. If I have a question, if I complain or I question or I criticize them, they have to answer me. I'm the one in the authority. That's the attitude I'm getting coming from them. Now, you don't have to answer them at all. They're not your boss. They are not. I think they might be trying to kind of, you know, psych you into feeling like that, you know, that you have to answer to them. You don't. You're doing the right thing. You don't owe them anything. And yeah, you're an adult. So just keep on doing what you're doing. You don't have to answer to this person. That's what I'm getting in that card. So yes, I'm very angry with them. I don't like them. Okay, so the last card you have your presence, the Five of Wands. Chaos, mess, the complete opposite of what's happening in the Hierophant, because the Hierophant's all about societal norms, you know, structure, authority, and obviously the Five of Wands is complete chaos. So I think this is how this person sees you. This person who's trying to kind of lord their so-called authority over you. I think they have this idea that maybe you're a bit chaotic or you can't handle things properly. You absolutely can, and you know you can. You're not super traditional. I think that's the problem with them. You know, you do things in your own way. You're a little bit alternative maybe, and to me that's good. But you know, sometimes when people have this kind of authoritative air about them, they don't like anything that's a little bit different. But yeah, you have every right to do whatever you're doing, especially around these two people, because they look up to you and they love you and you love them. I can see that everywhere here. And love trumps people who want to come in and boss you around. That's what I'm seeing. It trumps any kind of authority. Love wins. That's what I'm seeing in that card. Okay, so the first card you have for your futures, the Seven of Cups. Okay, this is a really interesting sequence of cards, actually. Okay, this is reflecting what was in the Queen of Cups. So, okay, first of all, just prepare yourself for this. Just remember how strong you are. I just want to say that first, because I think this is going to bring up a few emotions for you. And it's specific as well. It's very, very specific. So it's only going to be for a few people. So just know that as well. Okay, this is what I'm seeing, and I'm going to talk about this anyway. Okay, so this whole sequence of cards, it's about this communication that I was seeing in the start of this reading. So I'm going to talk about all these three cards together. So yeah, there's a lot of confusion in the Seven of Cups, obviously. And this person who's going to contact you and ask you questions, I think it's a partner of this ex. That's what I'm seeing again. They're all in the dark. They're like this poor man. You know, they don't know whether what they're hearing is the truth or not. It's all messed up. They don't know what's an illusion. They don't know what's the truth. It's all up in smoke. It's all in front of them. And that's why they're turning to you. They want to ask you questions. They want to get clarity. That's where they're looking to you. They're trying to get clarity from you. And that's what the Six of Cups is showing as well. It can be about people from your past coming back, or any kind of energy. from your past coming back. Doesn't matter who it is. If it's an energy from your past that's coming back, that's what that card's about. And they are an energy from your past because it's the partner of your ex. I think that's what I'm seeing here anyway. So again, you don't have to talk to them if you don't want to. But I think they're going to try a few times because I'm seeing messages coming in on social media or something like that. You might ignore it and then another one comes in and another one comes in. So I'm seeing that there. Now, whether you decide to say yes or no to this, they're going to find out what this is all about anyway, I think, in some way. And yeah, I'm seeing children here as well. I don't know why that is, but I'm seeing children. But anyway, they're going to find out what this says. And I'm actually seeing some kind of eventual breakup or a separation between them. It might even be a divorce. They might be married, because that's what the Justice card can be about. Breakups, two sides, both people trying to get justice, so there's that there as well. Now, if this is all making any kind of sense to you, you're going to hear about this at some time soon. You're going to find out about this whole breakup and how everything goes down, all this kind of thing, and you're going to find out the outcome. You're going to find this out even if you don't speak to them. I think you're going to find out in some kind of an indirect way, maybe from a mutual friend, or maybe you'll see this on social media. There's a lot of social media happening here in this reading, so it might be that. And it's not a happy situation, obviously, but it's really down to this ex because they're not a truthful person. They weren't telling you the truth when they were around you, because I am seeing you sympathizing with what this person's going through here. And obviously they're not telling them the truth because they're all like the Seven of Cups. They don't know where they are. So that's the outcome. That's the result of behaving like that. That's the result of not being honest. So, so I hate to end on this kind of thing in this reading, but that's what I'm seeing there.